What a great young man. There's your future, Arsenal fans. It's a future that looks good. He's doing his talking on the pitch. He says he isn't going in and banging on the manager's door and making demands. At what point as a young player do you need to do your talking off the football field as well and just say, come on, give me the chance?
It's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Because it's so obvious that he's performing and he's doing great. You don't want to sound ungrateful in knocking on the door and say, because he's playing him. He's playing him in a big game, and it was really only him and Nketiah. But these are just a few of his clips. Every time I watch this kid play, he plays great. He gives them so much. You think about that effort to press. How about that for first touch, by the way? Perfect. A bit unlucky. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. But his overall game, his athleticism driving from midfield, weaker left foot, cross puts it in a great position, could score. This young man can affect games. This is what got them really back into the game. Chasing the game, end of the first half, I'm going to get that. Give me that, you know? And I love that from a young player.
Yeah. He's definitely got everything in his game, and you can see the improvement. This is down the right-hand side. He whips a really good cross in. This is again, for the goal, when he just whips it across once more, another own goal. And he keeps on, he affects the game. That's what I like about him. If I had a criticism last season, was his decision-making. When he was in this sort of position, he would flap his lines, but not tonight. He's actually finding the extra gears, and he's maturing really nicely. The next step, if he doesn't get to play regularly, is he going to have to go on loan? Who knows? But at the moment, it's really refreshing just to hear him speak as well afterwards. He's not bothered. He's going to put his performance in, and he'll leave his story with the manager. He decides his future, the manager, because he's actually saying now,
but is
Mikel
Arteta getting anything wrong here? Because he's improving. So if he's continuing to improve and playing better football all the time, then whatever's happening with him is working.
Yeah, but he's got Xhaka in there, he's got Ceballos, he's got Partey. You know, he's got a lot of top players in there. There's not a ton of spaces for him. So when there's a chance, he gets him in and he performs. So, you know, I think he's played 68 games. He's got 11 goals. He's producing when he gets a chance. Now he just probably needs a few more reps. And I think he's probably earned those reps with that performance tonight.
There must be something that Mikel still hasn't seen that he wants to see a bit more of. You both had amazing careers. You've both done lots of coaching and mentoring young lads as well. What do you think it is that Mikel is waiting to see still before he goes right?
I just think at the moment what's going against him, we talked about this last week, was the shape. They now want to play two, El Neni and Partey in that midfield. And then Arsenal play with a five. And it looks like those two look strong enough to control that midfield. If he needs a third player and he wants to change the system again, then Willock has to come into his thinking. Whereas before now, no. But I think now he's played his way into that mindset for the manager. If he wants to change the system again to three midfield players, he's got to be one of the first on the list to put those two, El Neni now and Partey, under pressure.
And when you look at those players, you've got Maitland-Niles, Eddie Nketiah, Joe Willock as well. 3 players, 3 Premier League appearances between them this season. If the 3 of them continue playing like this, they are going to have forced the manager's hand, though.
Well, it might not just be at Arsenal right now. Saka's forced his way in because he's been absolutely magnificent. But the problem is, in a big team like this, we saw it with Jadon Sancho at Manchester City. You know, it's hard to get games there. So, you know, even for Phil Foden, as good as he is, you know, he has to work around De Bruyne and David Silva last season and Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. These young kids in these huge teams, it's hard. Sometimes it may be good. I think back to Philip Lahm and Toni Kroos and David Alaba. They went on 2-year loans from Bayern Munich. They went on 2-year loans and played football at Hoffenheim, at Stuttgart, at Leverkusen to get those reps. Play European football for big teams in the Bundesliga and come back and then walk into the Bayern Munich team. You might see that from these kids because right now it feels like they could probably play more. The opportunities aren't there because Arsenal has a world-class team. Remember, Mesut Ozil's at home.
But
he
he's
can't
trying
get
to build,
anywhere near this team.
We have to remember that Arteta's trying to build a new culture. And what better way to do it with young players through the academy who understand what it means to be an Arsenal player. You come through the system, you're dreaming of being an Arsenal player. I came through with a number of Arsenal players myself, the Adamses and Rocastles. I think there's a love for the club. And it's nice to be able to tease that out, keep that in the group.
Definitely.
And he's seen that with Saka, and Nketiah has been on loan. But Willock now, we have to work out a pathway for Willock to be able to get into that first team. And if he has to go on loan, that's fair enough. But for now, I think there's a chance. He's not far away from getting it right.